We are going to look at a few things that can make our lives better and make the world a healthier and happier place. Um, my name is Fred Gichuki. I'll be your presenter for today. My story with this company called Neolife begins a while back. I joined when I was a very young man. I was in my 20s. I was introduced by a stranger. Somebody met me working in the hotel industry. By training, I'm a hotelier. I've been trained to manage hotels. But instead of managing a hotel, I found myself as a cook, waiter, receptionist in that particular order. And I got very disillusioned about the corporate world because it seemed the people who are not serious with life in college, they were used to Skype and all these things, are the ones who got very good jobs. But for me, who was a chop, who was a class representative, I got a bit of a raw deal. And what happened for me is that when I found myself in these operational jobs instead of management, I started asking God, what else is out there for me? And somewhere along the way, I read a book that said that marketing pays very well, and people who are in marketing are paid very well. So I'd always been looking for something to do that can actually get me in the line of marketing. And when this guy came and told me about this opportunity, I saw that this was something that was major because he told me that there's something you can do where you don't have to sell, but you can make a lot of money. Because I wasn't too good at selling. I tried selling and I'd failed at it. And I looked at this opportunity. I got excited. I joined immediately. I ran home to tell my brothers, my sisters, my cousins. And the amazing thing is that they totally rejected it. They laughed at me. They told me, Fred, you cannot succeed in this thing. You're just wasting money. And they were right in a way because I tried a few other businesses and nothing had worked. And I had a lot of debt to show and no money made. So my parents were equally not very enthusiastic because I had costed them a lot of money in the businesses I had tried. But I was adamant. I had a big dream. I wanted to achieve my dreams. So I joined. I started doing the business. And it took me about 7 months to become a director. Now, my first check in Neolife was 300 shillings, which was very little money by any standard. But I went home so excited. I told my parents, I showed my sister, and they laughed their head off. They said, this is the one that you're saying that you're going to become a millionaire, you'll travel the world with 300 shillings. Are you really serious? But for me, I saw it as a beginning, as a step. One thing I knew is that there's nothing that starts big. You have to start small and you grow. So I continued doing the business. And when I became a director, I got my check of 30,000 Kenya shillings. And I was given the title director and a pin called director. Life started changing because when they saw me wearing a badge written director, now that started people thinking this guy could be on to something serious here. And I went on, did the business, started helping other people to become successful, started helping other people become directors, and eventually I became a world team member. Now, as a world team member, it means that I was earning a very serious between 5 to 6 figure income. And I tell you, life started changing. I remember when I bought my first car, it was not an expensive car. It costed me about 300,000. And I started driving it around the place and everything, going to carnival with it and all these things. Most of my friends who had rejected this opportunity now started taking it seriously. And sometimes I think when people don't follow you at the beginning, it's like they are waiting to see whether you're going to succeed or fail. And since they don't believe that you can succeed, they first let you go. And when you make it now, you find that some people will now join you, because I found several of my close friends now joining me and becoming some of the directors I have. They saw me when I bought my first car, and that made them now join. They had initially rejected my proposal. So I went on building the business. I remember being given the first trip to South Africa. I'd never been in a plane before, but courtesy of Neolife, I got into a plane. And we went all the way to South Africa. I remember in that plane, we were with the Nyang and Kiraitu. We went to the same hotel, stayed there for about 5 days. And I would have breakfast with the Nyang, supper with the Kiraitu Murungi. And to me, that was so exciting. You can imagine a guy who is earning 10,000 as a receptionist, sharing a table with a Muheshimiwa and discussing issues. And that is when I decided to quit employment and do this business full time. I wrote my resignation, though I was to hand it in a few years later because I had fear in me. My dad told me business is risky. So I feared and I procrastinated, but finally I quit employment to do this full time. And I'm here to say that I actually did it by the age of 30, and that to me was very, very exciting. So other benefits I've gotten are major. Health, my dad had health challenges, ulcers. My mom had high blood pressure. They were sorted out by these products. Since then, I've been able to assist so many people use these products with very great results. In fact, I always like joking. I have so many children out there that were born because I showed up and I shared this opportunity and somebody agreed to consume our products and they had tried before, they couldn't get kids and they end up getting children. So the other benefit that I've found from this opportunity, of course, men like cars. So I've bought several cars courtesy of Neolife. Today I drive a 4-wheel drive. The other benefit I've found is that I've been able to help many other people live exceptional lifestyles and drive serious cars. You know, it's exciting when you're with somebody that you have mentored and they say, why it's not for you, I will not be driving this car, I will not be living in this house. And I always say that I saw a quote somewhere saying that you're not successful in this life unless you have helped somebody else succeed in their lives. Yeah. And somebody else said, help 100 people pay their bills and your bills disappear. And there's nothing that makes that a reality than this opportunity. So for the guests who are here on the call, I want to tell you, today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Today you are going to see an opportunity like no other, an opportunity that will change your life and it will transform the lives of the people around you. And I'll share with you what was shared with me by my sponsor, so that you can also have a look and see whether this is something that you'd like to do. But for anybody who would like to change people's lives, who wants to travel, who has big dreams that you'd like to achieve, who would like to be their own boss, this is the place to be. So what is this company called Neolife? Neolife is a company that is on a mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. And it actually starts with you, because you cannot change people's lives without changing your own. A bit of history, Neolife started in 1958 in California in the US. 1971, it came to Africa. 1996, it came to Kenya. So it tells you that it's an old company, it's mature enough. We are not trying anything, we are not guessing. It's not a trial and error. This is something that has been proven. There are many people who have succeeded. There are many businesses which are on the third generation in Neolife. Our founder, of course, is Mr. Jerry Brasfield. Started off when he was 19 years of age. He had asthma, used Neolife products, they worked, became a distributor, became the top distributor. When the owner of Neolife wanted to retire, sold the company to him. And today, courtesy of Neolife, he's one of the richest men in the world, owning yachts. And I've had the pleasure of visiting him in California and drinking his wine. He has a winery. He has a wine called the Brasfield. It's a designer wine, not sold in any other in retail outlets, and you can only get it on special order. And from a guy who was broke, he actually joined Neolife with $100 of borrowed capital. To these levels. I look at his story and I get so inspired. I say, if Jerry can do it, anybody can do it. Now, moving on a little bit, we look at our company values. What has made us succeed and sustain all this time? Many companies come and they go, but Neolife sticks. Why? Because of our company values. And what are our company values? Number one, honesty and integrity. We tell you as it is. We don't sugarcoat it. We give you the facts. and you make the decision. We respect people's time. We respect people. We believe people are number one. And Neolife, unlike any other place, we recognize you for every small step that you make. In employment, they recognize you for every mistake that you make. You get a warning letter. But in Neolife, we actually recognize you for everything that you do that is positive. We actually build long-term relationships. I can tell you, my sponsor sponsored me and went back to South Africa. I didn't see him for a while, but the company Neolife took charge of me and they trained me and I learned from them. And that's why I'm here today. Neolife focuses so much on innovation. You'll find that most of our products are unique. They're not available anywhere else. Actually, they are patented, and you won't find them anywhere else. They're actually unique in their way. So the products that we deal with make a positive difference in people's lives. Now let's look at the products a little bit. We have quite a number of products, over 100 different products. I'll just mention them briefly because today it's not a session for products. I know tomorrow I'll be having a session. We'll be having two sessions that are going to tackle products at 4 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. And I encourage anybody who is on this call, if you're a guest and you want to know more about our products, join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. and also at 6 p.m. we'll be having sessions on products. But just to mention the ranges, we have an exciting home care range. These are detergents, but they're not like the normal detergents. I can give you an example, like one of our detergents for washing clothes. You simply soak your clothes, give them 30 minutes, remove, rinse, hang. You don't scrub. Yeah. The water that remains, you pour it in your shower, it actually does better. Very unique, very safe. And that's the thing about our products. They are safe, they are natural, they are biodegradable, they don't pollute the environment, they don't cause damage to you. A recent study in South Africa showed that 30% of the cancers are caused by the detergents that we are using in our houses. When you take your cup of tea and there's a smell of ushindi, that means you've drunk some bit of ushindi. And that means that your stomach will start if you do that for 20 years, you're asking for stomach cancer. So we are saying use clean, natural, biodegradable products in terms of cleaning products. The next range of products are the personal care products, the lotions, skincare, the lotions, the shampoos, and that kind of thing. Again, very natural, very safe. One of the products there is called aloe vera gel. It's a skin gel for cuts, burns, bruises. You cut yourself and you apply aloe vera gel, you heal without leaving a scar. You burn yourself, you apply aloe vera gel, you heal without leaving a scar. It's a fantastic product that for me, I never stay without that one in my house because, kids, I have 4 beautiful girls. And kids, they play out there and they always scraping themselves and all that kind of thing. But aloe vera gel does wonders. It's a true first aid thing. Now, the other product range, of course, is a skincare range. Skincare is a range of products that around the world is very high in demand, but you find that the products that are out there have a lot of negative effects on our skin. But Neolife has developed a completely 100% natural and organic skincare range. We call them the nutrients range of products. Nutrients organic range of products. And these are made from the seaweed technology. So you find that they looked at the animals in the sea and their skin is flawless. And they said your skin shows what you eat. If you eat good things, your skin will be smooth. If you eat bad things, then your skin will show. So they took the things that are eaten by the fish and they produced a very exciting range of products. Which when you use, you look younger for longer. So if you'd like to look 30 when you're 60, then you need to start using some of our skincare range of products. The next range of products that we have are the food supplements, of course, which are quite awesome. Like I mentioned earlier, my mom had high blood pressure. She was sorted out by these products. But these are not medicine. They're actually nutrition. They give your body the nutrition that you're lacking. They strengthen your body so that your body can be able to fight disease. I can tell you I have so many testimonies about our healthcare range. I've seen a lady who was pressed, she was over 80 years of age. She was actually 90 something, who used these products. She was paralyzed from a stroke, paralyzed for several years, used these products, and she started walking again without a cane. And the doctors had given up on her. So our products are amazing. But the key thing to remember is that this is not medicine. This is nutrition for your consumption. And if you're sick, you go to the doctor. But this is there to help you to strengthen your body so that your body can be able to protect itself. So moving on there, those are the products. But how do you make money? I mentioned earlier that you don't sell. We are not calling you here to become a salesman. If it was about selling, I would not be seated here. Then how do you make money if you don't sell? And that's what I'm going to answer. What is this opportunity that you're talking about? Now, the opportunity of Neolife starts off with a dream. What is your dream? What is your desire? What do you want to achieve? I had a big dream. I wanted to retire at a young age. I wanted to retire at the age of 30. I wanted to travel the world. Of course, financial freedom I wanted. I wanted to drive a machine for a car. I mean, men, we all love cars. I had big, big dreams. I wanted to be a landlord, you know? And those are some of the things that I wanted. But to start off, when I was joining, I just wanted to earn an extra 10K. I figured since I was earning 10K, if I can earn an extra 10K, that's 20K. That's a 100% increment. My boss used to give me 2.5% per annum. So you can see um, my dream at the beginning was pretty basic. But as I went on through the business and I saw people achieving great things, I saw somebody earning over 15 million a month. I realized even me, I can dream bigger. I can go big. I can, you know, near life challenges you to think bigger, dream bigger, and achieve big. And that's the thing. And the people that you have in near life, and some of the leaders on this call, will always challenge you, push you to say you can do better, you can achieve more, you can drive a better car, you can travel. And you know, when you associate with such people, your dreams definitely start growing. So let's look at it and see, those are your dreams. How do you then actualize those dreams? Now, to actualize those dreams, you need to partner with Neolife. You need to partner with Neolife, and partnering with Neolife is very simple. You join Neolife, you become a distributor of Neolife, you get a kit or a license, we call it a kit. And once you get a kit, the kit will comprise of catalogs, literature. It will have some products, the Pro Vitality Pack, which comes with the kit. You also get your own website, you get your own back office. You actually get your own TNL app, which you can use to build your business. You also get a license that you can use in all the 55 countries. So you become a partner of Neolife, not an employee, but a partner. After that, the next thing you do is that you do your 3 daily success habits, which actually help you to build a business. And what are these habits? Very simple. Number 1, use the products of Neolife. I mentioned earlier, we are not salesmen. So what are we? We are distributors. How do we distribute? We distribute from a point of use. You use the products yourself, use our detergents, use our cleaning products, see how the savings that you're getting, see how your house will look nice and smell nice. And from a point of using, then you do the next thing. The next thing is share the products. Tell your neighbor about the products that you have used and the benefits that you have gotten out of it. And then on top of that, share the opportunity of Neolife. Tell the neighbor you have a choice. You can either buy from me, or you can join Neolife and become a distributor and start buying it at wholesale price. Now, if the neighbor says, no, me, I don't want to do the business, then they can be your customer. Since you're a distributor, you're buying it at wholesale, you'll of course give it to them at retail price and you make a profit. If they say yes and they become a distributor, then they become a partner like yourself. They start buying it at wholesale like you, and they get all the benefits that come with becoming a distributor. Now, once you have joined, you've partnered with Neolife, you've talked to a few people, and you're sharing the products and the opportunity. You'll definitely find that you'll get several people who will say, yes, I'll be buying from you. Let me try this one. Let me try the other. and you'll get what you call a customer base. These are people who buy from you on a regular basis. Next thing is that you'll also get some people who will come and join the business like you. In this case, let's say it's Tom, Mary, and Joe. They'll partner with Neolife. They'll become distributors. They'll get a few customers. They'll start servicing those customers. And by just getting those three people with a few customers each, you can actually build a director-sized business. And a director-sized business will actually give you an income of 50,000 and above. When I was growing the business, it was 30K, but now things have changed. Things are much better. So you get over 50,000 shillings as a director, and that is on top of the profit, because the profit is separate. That comes to you on a daily basis. But at the end of the month, you're given a bonus, Like the other day, somebody called me and said, "Friend, I need 1, 2, 3." And I just took and delivered. And then on the spot, I made over 8,000 shillings. So the profits are good. But at the end of the month, you're given a check. So you earn two ways. And in this era of technology, this is something that you do on your phone. I put products on my status and somebody sends me a message, says, "I want this." Today, somebody called me and said, "I've looked at your status. I like what you're saying. Can you sort out my diabetes and this?" I gave him a program that came to about 18K. He says, "Let's go for it." So as in, you make money without really struggling and trying to go and convince people and do all those things. And that's a beauty about Neolife. Now, as a director, you're earning over 50,000. The next thing that happens is that you have to help the people you have gotten, Tom, Mary, and Joe, to also become directors. If you help Tom, Mary, and Joe to become directors, then you become a world team member. Now, as a world team member with 3 directors, you are earning in excess of 150,000 shillings on a monthly basis. If you grow that and you get 6 directors, then you join the president's team, where you're earning over 350,000. Actually, our president's team members, people earning 500,000, a million, 1.5, 10 million a month. And the only thing they have done is that they have created so many directors under them. In our business, once you become a world team, the more people you help to earn 50,000 shillings a month, the higher you go as a world team member. And to me, I always say this is very fair, because other businesses, you make money by stepping on people's heads, by mishandling and really taking advantage of people. But in our business, you pull somebody up, he steps up, becomes a director, you get a promotion. And I think, Mina Semanga, I think that's a business that God intended everybody else to do, that you make money by helping somebody else live a better life and also helping somebody else make money. So this is a business. When I joined, I found somebody who's a Form 2 graduate at the time who was earning over 15 million, not a year, a month. And I said, my God, that is too far for me. If I can only get my 50K, I'll be doing well. That was I didn't want to, I said, if somebody can earn 15 million, at least my 50K is guaranteed. And sometimes I always say, you can be praying to God to bless you, but maybe the business or whatever you are doing is limiting you so much, because you find that when you're in business, your capital limits you. If you can't access capital from the bank, then you'll always do a small business. If you don't have collateral, you'll never do a big business. If you're in employment, your certificates and your qualifications and your boss and all these people, they limit you. But when you come to Neolife, nothing limits you. It's just talking. I remember getting a chokora, somebody who's never been to school, who doesn't know how to read and write. I worked with him. In 6 months, he was earning 50,000, no, 30,000 shillings. In a year, he was earning over 50K. Today, he drives his own car around. So this is a very fantastic opportunity that anybody can do. The fourth thing that happens for you to succeed, by the way, is what you call personal growth and development. This is where you get a lot of positive information, positive CDs, DVDs, books, tapes that grow you and make you a leader. When I joined Neolife, I was working as a receptionist, but because of the personal growth I got, and especially a book called The Magic of Thinking Big, I started changing a few things in my life. And what happened is that my boss started to take a liking for me. So this guy has something to offer. He looks like he knows where he's going. My dressing changed. I stopped wearing jeans. I started wearing suits and ties and all these things. And believe it or not, I got a promotion and I became a manager. What my papers could not get you. The papers were there from the word go, but they didn't get me the management job. What gave me the management job was a personal growth and development that I got from Neolife. But by then it was too late because they started paying me 30K and I was already earning over 100K from Neolife. So I quit employment. But the exciting thing about personal growth and development is that it makes you better in anything and everything that you're doing. So I always tell people, even if you're going to come in just for the personal growth, join, because I tell you, your life is going to change. So lifestyle, I mean, there's a lot of travel. I've been abroad more than 20 times. I've been to South Africa 9 times. I've been to Mexico, Mauritius, US twice, UK once. I've been to Nigeria, Uganda, Tanzania, Mexico, Hong Kong, China. And when I travel with my wife and the company pays for us. So it's really, really exciting what is possible with Neolife. And remember, my first check was 300 shillings. And the highest check I've ever gotten from Neolife is a check I was paid for $13,000. That's about 1.3 million. So the business is exciting. There's money, there's travel, there's lifestyle. But before I conclude this session, I just want to invite one of us, one of our leaders. This is a lady who came in and joined, and she's one of the people I've mentored in the opportunity. She's now very, very successful. She does a lot of other things. She's a very qualified trainer in the business world. And I just want to invite her just to share a little bit about her story and before I come back and conclude. So, Masike Mani, are you there?
Yes, Fred. Good evening.
Good evening, Karibu.
Asante sana. Thank you so much. That was wonderful, just listening to your story. And yeah, as you've said, for sure, you've been our mentor. And I mention you in every conversation I have because I tell people, Fred saw me when I was down there. So what happened is I went to school like all of us did. I did the course that you'll never lack a job. You are told if you become a teacher, you'll never lack a job because children must be born, and when they are born, they must go to school. And well, Corona has taught us another version, but at that point, it was the best I could take. And I was very happy to be a teacher, but I didn't like the salary. I remember being posted to Mwingi from the university, and everybody asked about Mwingi didn't give me any good news. So I let go of that posting. It was when the government was starting the early childhood program. So I was supposed to go and be a district early childhood officer, you know, with a big Prado and a big house. But I think that's not what my mind was thinking about. So I stayed in Nairobi and got a job in a private school. And I taught for a while. And I was very disappointed for sure because the expenses were very high. And now with a small salary, you had to make ends meet. So I remember talking to my mom because she was also a teacher. And she said, it's because you're not a specialist. It's good to go back to the university, become a specialist, and probably you'd get a better job. So that's what I did. I went back to college. So you can imagine I was teaching in the day and in the evening going to school. And I specialized and I did now become a deaf trainer and interpreter, sign language. And that helped because I was able to leave that job and now I got a job at the University of Nairobi. It was a better job by far. I tell people my first job would meet with the bazaar on the corridors and they would give you your salary and put it in the pocket. And when you're washing clothes is when you remember, oh, kulikuwa pesa kwa mfuko. I mean, it was not much. I didn't even need an account to have that money. So getting the job at the university made a difference because now I could now go to the bank. I had an account. It was regular, like the clockwork. I tell people by 27th, we were always paid. The University of Nairobi was a better employer. I had a better office. Everything was much, much better for me. And so I settled and I was so happy and I started, calculating my dreams. And a year down the road, the historical retrenchment that everybody remembers of 2003 happened. And I didn't think I would be retrenched for any reason because I was just employed a year. So why would you be retrenched after a year? So I thought the ones who came first would go first. So I was away. I actually remember I took my first holiday with my girlfriends. I do mission work. I am passionate about young people and preaching the gospel. So we had gone to Botswana actually to preach, and we were there a whole month. And you can imagine a saving of a whole year. I finished and I was excited. So coming back and finding no salary, I was in a shock. I tell people it was one of the things that made my ears go hot. And anyone on employment, please think about that, because I think I never imagined being retrenched. So I went to the bank and there was no money, and they told me, oh, you better ask from, salaries, what's happening. And I was told, Mercy, while you were away, you were retrenched, And I remember I was so depressed. I had to borrow my girlfriend money for rent for that, because it was on a 28th or 29th when I was given the news. Then my colleague told me, Mercy, you need to appeal for your job. I think it was by mistake you are retrenched. And that's what I did. I appealed and I crossed my fingers. And for sure, the job, they reviewed and I got my job back. But I took 6 months to get back on the payroll. And that's when I met Fred. I remember the very first time I met Fred was on a Monday night. And I went to this meeting. It was a big meeting at Nairobi Cinema, and people were very excited. They were clapping. I was thinking, is this a church or what's happening? And I met him through my sister, because my sister had joined the business. I actually had paid for her to join, but I thought it's something part-time for college girls to do. I didn't think it was something serious. I'd also joined to buy the G1 cheaper, because my sister really used to make money out of me. So I had actually joined to buy but I was not doing the business and I had not even earned any money. So this Monday night I met Fred and he asked me, how much would you like to earn? And I was very clear. I told him if I can make 5,000 shillings, I'll pay rent and I don't have to struggle so much, because here I was going to work every day. I have no salary. I know I'll be reinstated. I know my pay will come back. And my mother had told me, come out, Kulipi, you come home. The house is free. And you're thinking, how do you go back home after you left some more than 4 years ago? I didn't want that plan. So I knew 5K would sort my rent. The rest, when I was single, you can survive on lifts and you can eat food in your neighbor's house or your relative's house. So I didn't think of my food I only cared for my rent. And that's how I started. And Fred told me, just start with the product you have, just as he has explained. So the G1 laundry, I had it. So all I did was just explain to people, this is the product and this is what I use. And they started buying. And I remember the very first month when I came in, this time now I was following up with the training and learning. And it was amazing because I got more than the 5,000. My first check was 8,300. And that was exciting because I was making 300 a day for fare and the works. So for me, the plan worked. And I was so excited because now I didn't have to borrow anybody money. So I carried on, and 4 months down the road, I was a director. Now the money I was earning here was more, like my salary. Then I was reinstated at the university after 6 months. So it's like I had 2 payrolls. And I remember asking my mom, now do I stop this business? Akaniambia hiyo kalamu ilikuandika inaweza kufuta tena. So keep both. Now that you're managing both. And that's how I began working part-time and full-time and doing my business part-time. And by 2007, it was so good. It was 4 times my salary. So there was no doubt about it. I had to resign. So as people are saying in those meetings, people used to stand and say, I fired my boss. So I was looking forward to also say the same. So for sure, I also fired my boss. And I'm so excited to tell you guys that it is exciting to be free of a salaried job. It's very exciting. I started my family when I was a full-time business owner. So I gave myself 9 months maternity leave, fully paid, and I enjoyed the luxury of traveling. We've traveled with Fred. I remember Fred used to tell me, Mercy, we'll meet at the beaches of the world. I thought it was a dream. But I remember one day we were in Durban in a night, and we were there with my husband, we were with Fred and Maggie and others. And Fred reminded, Mercy, you remember I told you one day we'll meet at the beaches of the world. And for sure, it was amazing. And I tell people that was a trip you'll never forget. We stayed in a hotel, I think we were on 44th floor somewhere, up in the sky. It was a lifestyle we had really not experienced before. And after that, of course, ukiona ni mzuri, you keep on. And I thank God we've really traveled and we've enjoyed a lot of success. I tell people we did our wedding with this business. We didn't have a loan. We didn't take any loan. And people even wondered, how do these people afford? But what I can tell people is tonight, you can make your dreams come true, be it traveling, be it health. When I resigned the university, I'd worked 6 years. And I remember going to do my clearance. And I had never opened a file at the clinic. And it was free. And even the people there were shocked. They're asking me, you've had a free cover. Why haven't you ever used it? I told them I've never got sick. And it's a joy not to get sick. Don't just say because you have insurance, you'll be able to get sick and get medicine. That medicine is poison in your body. So for now, I tell people, this business is a business of my lifetime. Even my children, they know when they turn 18, this is the first thing they are starting to do. It's already assured. So we've done this business. We've grown with it. My favorite product is Supergrow. We actually have grown a business out of Supergrow called Chakula Limited. We supply fresh food and vegetables. When everybody is crying in the country about pesticide and poison in our food, we have a product that farmers can use very, very safely, and we can guarantee healthy food to the communities. I also like the home care products. The G1, as Fred was saying yesterday, I supplied to a customer G1, and she told me, Mercy, the product has worked. She's been my friend over 14 years, and she had never used our product. So when she bought a washing machine, I told her, please, Eva, for nothing else, don't use any commercial product on your machine. It will break down, it will spoil. Use our G1. And she tried. I went to her house, I did a demo. Today, even her children, she has a small girl who is about 7 years. She does the cleaning herself because it's very easy to use G1. So she was very excited. I dropped her the second product yesterday. It has served her well. So those are the things I keep telling people. Of all the businesses you'll ever do, one of the biggest frustration for any distributor is the manufacturer doing a shoddy job. For Neolife, I've been there since then in 2005 to date. Nobody has ever returned for me a product and said it never worked. The product have worked. I tell people, even my own children, they are miracle children. And so when we say the fertility program works, it works. I never thought I would use it because I thought all was well, until you try to have a baby and it's not happening and you're thinking what's going on. Of course, you go to the doctors and they tell you this and the other. But when we used our products, it never even took 3 months. And we had tried over 7 years. So I tell people, let's not go out there and try products that we don't know. Let's use our own products. They work for us. They've worked for our customers. And together, let's make this world a different place. I'm excited to see the people we've empowered. I keep telling people, today, if I go to this country, I don't think there's a county, I don't know somebody. Siwezi kosa kwa kulala, just because you've empowered them and they are doing better. When I call, people even ask me, are those your relatives? Because we chat and we talk a long time. And I tell them, no, these are my business partners. So I think for me, the growth, being able to travel around the country, having the time to be with the children as they are growing, being able to afford also international schools for the children because of this business, it's something that we would never have afforded with our lives, our salaries in the jobs. But because of this business, we've been able to achieve that. So what I can tell the people on the call, keep on it, keep your dreams alive, take a step at a day. Every day, make a step and do the basics. Earn the profits. Make sure every day you're earning your profits and you're saving that money. I think that's what I think Fred made us do. He was a very good mentor. He told us you have to save 200 shillings a day. And faithfully, we did it. So the very first plot we bought in Nairobi, in Kitengela, we bought because of saving 200 shillings a day. And that was way back in 2006. So I tell people, don't take it for granted the small monies you earn. Because even if you put your 1 million shillings today in the safest investment in Kenya right now, it can only give you 9% per annum return. So with 1 million shillings, you'll not even get 10,000 a month return. You know, if you put in the treasury bills and all that place. So the investment you're making in Neolife, honestly, it's an investment that is triple. Not only do you get money, you get lifestyle, you get people, friends, people you can call upon, and you know they will be there for you. So our friends have changed. People say Fred is my brother for sure. We even look alike. So we keep joking. And we say, this is what has happened. Our families have become like one family. And so I thank God so much for this family. It's not a family I'm leaving anytime soon. This is our family for life, forever. And it has now gone across the borders. We know people in South Africa, you know, people in America. And when you travel to these countries, you feel at home because these are the people you have come to learn and love. So I welcome you all, our guests. Please come in. Let's build this business. We build it with all honesty. We build it day by day. And I believe that's how God has blessed us, all of us. So over back to you, Fred. It's exciting to just be on this journey together and to be where you told us you'll be, you know, in a shorter time than even we thought about. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting. Thank you so much, Mercy. That gives you a very good idea. I can even see one of the miracle babies passing behind there. Very, very exciting. I also have one of my miracle babies here. This girl, she's my last born. She was born within 15 minutes of labor, and people could not believe it, courtesy of Neolife products. So what we share today is not really gimmicks. It's not trial and error. You know, I see so many other companies come and say oh, we are like Neolife, do you only this, only that, GOs, do you get rich quick schemes? Well, I always tell people you go for the get rich quick scheme, but if you want something stable, something that you'll build and leave to your children and their children's children, then Neolife is the answer. So as we conclude this call today, what does it take to succeed? Several things that you need to succeed in your life. Of course, number one, you need to have a dream. You need to have a reason. I'm sure for the guests who are on the call, there must be something that you want to achieve in your life. If you had extra money, and this gives you some extra money, you start it off as a part-time business. So it gives you part-time income, which can actually help you to achieve some of your dreams. The next thing that you need to have is that you need to have a burning desire to achieve your dreams. Now, burning desire is something that, again, many of us have. We believe, I always believe that one day I'll earn over 100,000 shillings a month when I was employed. And by then I was earning 10K per month, which was not a lot of money. But Neolife made me start getting this desire that there is more to life than just what I was getting from the corporate world. And it's exciting that Neolife enabled most of these dreams to come true. The other thing that you need to do, of course, is to work. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but the work that we do, we don't work hard, we work smart. I've just told you, you put some pictures on your status of some products and somebody orders them and you make 8,000 shillings. I mean, how difficult is that, you know? But you know, you have to apply consistency and persistency. You don't just do it once and then it happens. You have to keep it consistent and you have to be persistent. And then you have to have the right work habits for business. And this, in this case, it involves setting up a schedule and sticking to the schedule. And I can tell you with Neolife, you get to be trained some of these things. And there are mentors who are ready and available to help you get the skills that you're talking about. The other thing that you need is faith. You need to believe that you can. When I started, I was not very strong in the area of faith, but I rode on my upline's faith in me. He believed in me. He told me, Fred, you can do it. Fred, you're a great leader in the making. Just keep doing what you're doing. Fred, don't allow discouragements to slow you down. You can do this thing. And because I believed in him, I did it and I became successful. So you can also ride on the faith of the person who has invited you. It's not rocket science. It's something that can be done. The other important thing that you need to have is to have some bit of thick skin. When I started, many people discouraged me and they were trying to protect me in quotes. But you see, they were stealing my dream. When you live here, you'll meet some people who will tell you, oh, you can't make it. That thing does not work. So and so was in it. He didn't make. I mean, I always say this. In a class of 40 students, how many are top 10? Only 10. Does that make schooling a failure? No, it means that if you go to school, you have to work hard to be part of the top 10. So, and if you speak to somebody who has failed in school, he'll tell you schooling is terrible. But if you speak to somebody who is making money because of his education, he'll say there is nothing like education. It's the best thing. So it depends on whom you want to listen to. The people on this call and the person who invited you, these are some of the successful people who are making money from Neolife. You can either listen to that person or you can choose to listen to some broke friends who have nothing else to offer. They'll tell you, oh, okay, so if I don't join your life, what do I do? Tell you, where am I move, you know? But you see, God gives you the intelligence to either accept or reject an opportunity. And in this case, it's an opportunity that has been time tested since 1958. It's been creating successful stories. So why shouldn't yours be the next one? So don't listen to naysayers and negative people out there. Give yourself a chance to succeed because if anybody has done it, I just mentioned that I mentored a chokora, somebody who's never gone to school, and he became a director. If a chokora can do it, surely, even you yourself can actually do it because the business works for everybody. In fact, I was just listening to a tape by, I think it's Les Brown, a few minutes before this call started. And he was saying that the system works if you work it, you know. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You won't come and just sit and money comes flowing. You have to work the business. But so long as you do the basics and attend the trainings, and now we have Zoom trainings, it is so easy in the comfort of your house. You just log in and you get trained, you get all the nourishment. We used to go for kilometers to get this kind of training, and then we would have to pay at the door. But for you to be free, just put some few bundles and you get in and you get trained. If you have a guest, you bring them on the call. I mean, it's much, much easier now than it has ever been to actually become successful in this business. The last thing that you need to succeed, of course, is action. Action is joining. Joining Neolife doesn't really cost much because I joined with 9,900. But right now you can join with about 8,450 or 7,230. The choice is yours. Now that may appear like a lot of money or very little money, depending on what is going on in your life at this particular moment. But for me, I always compare the amount of money I paid to the things I've been able to achieve. I mean, I paid 9,900. I look at the travel I've done. I've been to more than 20 countries because one day I paid 9,900. I bought a couple of properties, the cars I've bought, and I mean, the things that I've been able to achieve, I mean, they don't compare with 9,900. So the question is, it's not about the amount of money for joining. The question is, how big is your dream? And how much do you believe that you deserve that dream? If you believe that the dream that you have is big enough, is strong enough, you'll get the 8,450 or the 7,230 and you'll get started. But if the dream is not strong enough, it's not burning enough, if you really don't want to change your circumstances, sometimes one can be in a situation where they are comfortable, they really don't want to stretch. But that's okay too. You can try out our products and we have fantastic products that will actually make a difference. But if there's something in you that says, I want more of life, I want to get into to be traveling every year, I want to be my own boss, I want to live a longer, healthier life, then get the money, get started, and we'll hold you by the hand. And I can promise you one thing, one day we'll be together on the beaches of the world. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a blessed evening. For the guests who are here, talk to the person who invited you. They have a form. They'll show you how to fill it up. You can actually do it online. Get the money, even if you're going to pay in installments, you agree with the person, but get in, get started, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Thank you so much and God bless.